Okay, who here hasn't been to space? Why? You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2, 1.
What's up and what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we discuss all things movies, TV, streaming, hot topics, and more. And looks like in a new report, Marvel isn't able to make any movies with any new actors portraying certain mutants until the year 2025. So we're going to discuss that with you guys, dive into that, and we'll let you guys know what our thoughts are about possibly not getting the X-Men until 2025.
Right, but that is a thing where they're going to have to find a way to logically bring in a lot. Mutants is the big one for me, where I'm like, because I've always thought the multiverse would be how it works. Because how are you going to tell me all these mutants
and that's a great segue here into that next topic. And that was something that I had said the last time we talked about this. I did not say that this was the reason. I did not say that this was going to be the reason that we weren't going to see the X-Men. Mm-hmm. I said because we know everything coming out for the next 10 years for Marvel. At least we know some things that have been confirmed and some things that have been rumored for at least the next 10 years of Marvel. X-Men ain't on that shit. X-Men's not been on that shit. Nope. And it looks like X-Men's not on that shit because contractually they can't use them. There are certain characters that they still cannot use because they're still under contract. And what that means is, like, so for example, Michael Fassbender, who plays Magneto, if they want to use Magneto, they have to use Michael Fassbender. Marvel cannot go cast someone else to be Magneto. At least, now we don't know if this is true or not. This is just what has come out. So if that is true, then the only way Feige can use them and make them work in Secret Wars is if they are their multiversal selves. If it is Hugh Jackman, if it is Patrick Stewart, if it is Michael Fassbender. That's the only way we can get the X-Men.
Patrick Stewart's dead. That nigga's gone.
So it's just like, you know.
Yeah, I got issues with that.
That nigga's gone.
Yeah, so,
I saw the feats of X-Men 97. He don't die that quick.
I mean, what do you take away from that there? What are your thoughts there on the X-Men possibly?
Okay, here's one thing that... It is strictly due to contractual obligations. This is, in my opinion, the biggest flop that Marvel's had to deal with, because the most successful comic book... it's almost like the X-Men are a league of its own, separate from Marvel. If you look at, like, holding it, like the Avengers comic book, so on and so forth. Everyone loves the X-Men. X-Men puts ass in seats. They always have. Go toe-to-toe with any Spider-Man comic any day. Go toe-to-toe with any Superman, Batman comic. X-Men is beloved.
Right.
And Marvel doesn't have them. Marvel's been doing X-Men stories without X-Men there. The best example I'll give you is WandaVision. That is what you get whenever you don't have Magneto. And I just think we have to wait it out. I think, the selling of X-Men was a terrible idea, and we just got to wait and see what they're going to do. Right. I don't want to see the cameos, or not the cameos, the like you're saying, multiversal cameos show up. To me, that's just getting my money. You're just taking my money and showing me, oh, look, he's kind of here, but not really. No, I'm willing to wait as long as you give me a strong deadline on when these motherfuckers are going to be here.
Right. Yeah, we could see mutants, but it ain't gonna be like, you're not about to see no Wolverine.
Yeah,
you're not gonna see your Negasonic.
You're not gonna see.
You're gonna see like Morph.
I was gonna say you're gonna see these. You're gonna see these X-Men that aren't in contracts with Fox anymore. These no-name X-Men, these just no-name mutants
that could probably name drop. I don't know if you can even use their name, but you could probably name drop Wolverine. Like, it'd be like, at that point, do you even want to do that? Do we know if the X-Men are even a thing at that point?
I fuck with, like, because, I want to see Wolverine, and I want to see Cyclops and Jean Grey, but I also want to see, like, fucking Spike. I want to see Kitty Pryde come in. I want to see the younger event. Like, that's the thing. That's why I'm saying, don't tease me with it. Bring me in. Bring it in when you can bring it in right, and you can have your X-Men team set up. You can have your young X-Men team being worked on. That's why I'm also excited for, like, the Young Justice that they're going to do, and I want to see these people. I do want to see the progression that it'll take. It's just, cameo ain't going to do it for me.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying, though. That's the only way we're getting the X-Men if this is correct, as of now, that's the only way we're getting the X-Men until 2025. I mean, Q, what do you think about the X-Men not?
I mean, like you kind of said, it sucks, but the best way is to get the X-Men in the MCU is to unfortunately just wait until we can, because there's no need to bring in. I really like what they did with Professor X and Multiverse of Madness. It was cool to see Professor X, but what they did with them was
Trash.
exactly. It was
terrible.
there's no need to do it.
It's terrible.
And so I feel like
Same
that's
thing with
kind of
reboots.
what we'd get with some of these. If they did bring them in these multiversal variants, they know they don't really matter, so they'd kind of just do whatever with them, knowing that they could, whenever this contract is up, then they're going to bring in their real 616 here. So I don't know. I feel like it's kind of best to just shy away from them for now, just until you can get full access to them, just because there's no need to. I don't like whenever you take a character and do something just because you have access. Like, you might as well get the character and do whatever you want with them. If you can't do whatever you want with the character, don't touch the character.
And that's what I'm saying. Could this be why they made Kamala a mutant? I mean, could they have made her a mutant because, hell, I mean, I feel like, for me personally, I feel like Kevin Feige was driving to Marvel
Already
Studios
out there.
one day. No, I know that they've had her planned as a mutant forever. I'm sure they did, because that's Kevin Feige. But I'm sure, and only a small margin of people knew that, like Feige and Feige. So I'm sure he was. I think of it this way: Kevin Feige was just driving to work one day, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tell these motherfuckers they can say mutant. So he can just go ahead and drop.
Say the word.
Just go ahead and drop the word mutant. Like, oh shit. Like, so I'm just saying, like, because you can't use.
That's probably
you
came
can't
over the
use,
big intercomp mutant.
Yeah, you can't, I mean, you can't use Rogue. You can't use. You can't use them. You can't use the X-Men. So it's like I don't know what they do there. But this one here says, let me just start it here. Most of the speculation has been that Disney/Marvel want to drip out their newly acquired IP to sustain the longevity of the MCU. But if this is true, the apparent delay in introducing the X-Men is due to being effectively legally prevented from rebooting. So we're gonna listen to this part here. What do you say it started at? 120? Now this dude, I forget, Devin, what was his name? Devin Farshid, whatever. He's not a scooper by any means, but he does know a little bit, he thinks he knows a little bit what's going on, so we're going to hear what he says here.
So those are Marvel characters, and those are characters that could show up in like Agatha, Coven of Chaos, or whatever.
Blade.
They show up in Blade, right? I have more to talk about that for Phase 6, by the way.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it was weird. The other thing that was not in Phase 5 is, despite the introduction of mutants at the end of Ms. Marvel, there's no mutants in Phase 5.
And as a matter of fact, Rob Liefeld made it a point this weekend when people asked him on Twitter. He was like, I've been telling you it's going to be a while.
So I know why.
Why?
I know why there's no mutants. And I know why it's going to take a while. There might be individual mutants. There might be other characters that show up who are mutants.
Introducing some mutants, yeah.
The reason why is because the contractual situation with the original Fox stuff is going to be in effect till 2025.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
And so if they don't want to use those actors, then they have to wait until that contract all expire.
Okay. Do they even have to wait to announce? Like, how does that work?
I mean, so we're going to get Phase 6. Who knows what's going to be in Phase 6? They got like 9 open spots in Phase 6.
But
so
they said they're going to announce those at D23.
Right. So I'm saying, but like maybe that'll be announced. That stuff's all 2025.
But what I'm wondering is, like, can you even announce it before that?
Well, this is what I'm talking about now. Is that stuff's 2025. So if they're going to have stuff hitting in 2025 at the end of the contract, then they'll announce it. But I think that actually they probably can't go into production until the contracts are up. Like, it's not even a release. It's the same thing with Superman. They won't announce it.
Coming out in 2025 then.
So they're going to be Phase 7. So you're not going to see mutants until Phase 7. They're going to be mutants that will show up after the multiverse saga is over.
Sure. There you go.
But that's the answer.
Smart. You got plenty of stuff to do right now. Like,
there's plenty of stuff. I mean, but that is the answer. So even though it's been years now that Marvel has owned Fox again, or Disney's owned Fox, and even though we all have been very excited about them doing a good X-Men stuff,
Yeah.
we're just gonna keep waiting forever. So in fact, maybe it's possible that if Marvel does what Marvel usually does, which is stay sort of like close to the comics,
Yeah.
the actors who are going to play the X-Men, we don't even know who they are yet.
Yeah.
Like they're probably like 11.
So, what about Deadpool? Like, we know they're working with Ryan Reynolds on the new Deadpool, so that
Right,
could
it's-
be announced now, right?
But that's the same guy.
yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. It's like that could be part of Phase.
Yeah, that's probably going to be
Six.
phase 6.
Yeah.
Is my guess.
Or
That's
he
probably gonna
might
be
show
phase
up in something at some point, right?
He could.
Like,
Yeah. But that's because it's the same guy and they're keeping the guy. They
Yeah.
can just make Deadpool. So they might show up in phase 6 when we get the full phase 6 announcements. They
Yeah.
might also be very careful not to include it in the MCU timelines
sure.
because of the nature of him.
Yeah.
They may say, well,
They
these
did
are
just add,
happening.
Deadpool and Deadpool 2 and Logan to Disney Plus this weekend.
Yeah, sure. But they have all kinds of garbage on Disney Plus.
But those are R-rated. That's
Well, that's the
what's
big
interesting.
information. They're R-rated. But like,
Yeah.
So, like I was saying, when everybody was talking around SDCC and saying, oh my gosh, I think we're going to get an X-Men. Oh my gosh, I bet Taron Egerton's going to go. Oh my gosh. That's why I said, cool your jets. We know what the fuck Marvel's announcing. We know what's coming out. We know what's rumored. We know what's slated for the next 10 years. And X-Men wasn't on that shit. Only thing on there was X-Men 97. Nothing else.
Right.
So, I truly believe we're not going to get them until after the Multiversal Saga.
Yeah,
Like you said, we'll get
That shit
our
pisses me off,
morphs. We'll
too.
get our mutant, our low level mutants,
Right.
but we're not going to get our low level named mutants. But we're not going to get.
Or we'll get the ones that can like name if they make Namor a mutant.
Yeah, now if they
make
we'll
Namor
get
a
those
mutant.
types
That's
of
what pisses
mutants,
me
yeah.
off too, because the whole like, I could see it if they're talking about 2025, right? So if they have films ready, right? We filmed it, we just cannot release it until 2025. No, they can't start production
Yeah,
until 2025. You're not getting it until 2026.
right.
Maybe like Q1 2027. Like, fuck.
No, but see, here's the thing. But 2 years ago, they couldn't use the Netflix characters. But Charlie Cox, you can't tell me 2 years ago Charlie Cox didn't know that he was going to be coming over to Disney. He could have told. He was telling the interviewers all day, "Oh no, I don't know." But Marvel doesn't do anything last minute. Right. Everything is planned way in advance. So Charlie Cox knew 2 years ago that he was going to have an 18-episode series on Disney Plus, but he just couldn't talk about it. So I'm not saying Taron Egerton probably is not Wolverine. He can't talk about it until 2020, whatever the fuck. So I definitely, like you said, if they make Namor a mutant, because he is. So we've heard that they are, we've heard that they're not. I really don't know what they're going to do with it. But if they make him one, which they should, then cool. There's a mutant right there. I know people are probably say, well, we got Kamala Khan. Sure, okay, cool. But Namor, if we could get Namor to be a mutant, that'd be great. If we could just get the mutants in here, that would
it would
be
go on
great.
and establish them, and then we can bring in, because the minute that ban is lifted, we're gonna get so much X-Men content. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like like I said, at this point, Kevin Feige does want to use the X-Men. He just he's limited on what he can. He just can't use those guys. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with the mutants and everything like that with the X-Men. Like I said, I'm sure we're not going to see. If we do see them, it'll be Hugh Jackman if they do come back, because I do truly believe that they will be in Secret Wars. I think all the speculation and things we had for Multiverse of Madness, you carry that speculation with high hopes over to Secret Wars, because I think that would be the more logical place for it to happen. But as always, question is for you guys. Let us know down below what you guys think. Do you think that we're not going to get the X-Men until 2025? Do you think we're going to get them before then? Or are you thinking that this report is real? And no, we aren't going to see them until after the Multiversal Saga. So let us know down below what you guys think. Are the X-Men coming before? Are they coming after? Or are we just going to still get some of them sprinkled in certain mutants? Let me know down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll see you in the next video.